I tested Google's new AI app builder, built a chat app, deployed it to my phone, and here's what happened. A few months ago, if you wanted to build an Android app, you would open Android Studio, create a new project, set up your architecture, create your UI, write your database layer, configure navigation, and then spend hours debugging everything. But Google may have just changed that forever. Today, I'm testing Google's new AI Studio app builder to see if it can actually create a real Android application from a simple prompt. And honestly, I wasn't expecting much. Let's find out. So here I am inside Google AI Studio. Most developers know AI Studio as Google's platform for experimenting with Gemini models. But recently, Google added something much more interesting, the ability to build complete applications. To start, I selected the option labeled Build an Android app. Now the real test begins. I decided to give it a simple challenge. Build me a chat application. Nothing too complicated. A modern chat app with dark mode, green message bubbles for my messages, blue bubbles for incoming messages, room database persistence, and simulated real-time synchronization. Normally, building this manually would involve creating activities or compose screens, setting up a database, creating data models, repositories, ViewModels, and handling state management. But instead of writing code, I simply described what I wanted. Then I pressed Enter. At first, Gemini began analyzing the request. Then something surprising happened. It wasn't generating a code snippet. It wasn't generating a single file. It started generating an entire Android project. File after file began appearing. Main activity, chat screen, chat view model, repository classes, room database components, DAO interfaces, data models, Gradle configuration, resources, navigation, everything. And the more I watched, the more impressive it became. This wasn't simply AI-assisted coding. This was AI attempting to construct an actual Android application architecture. Even more surprising, AI Studio wasn't just generating files, it was actively checking the project, running validation steps, analyzing potential issues, and preparing the application to run. A few minutes later, the first version of the application was ready. And honestly, it looked better than I expected. The chat interface was already functional. Messages were displayed correctly. Dark mode was working. The overall structure was clean and modern. But I wasn't finished. I wanted to see if it could handle changes. So instead of editing the code myself, I simply told Gemini to apply a more sophisticated dark theme. Again, no coding, just natural language. Within moments, the design was updated, colors changed, the visual style improved, the application began looking more polished. Then came the moment I was waiting for. Deployment. AI Studio provided instructions for installing the application onto a real Android device. Since I wanted to show the app running properly, I connected my Android phone using USB debugging. And if you don't have a separate screen, mirroring application installed, here's a useful tip. Android Studio includes built-in device mirroring. Simply connect your device, enable USB debugging, and Android Studio can display your phone directly on your computer screen. It's a feature many Android developers don't even realize exists. After connecting my device, I launched the application. And there it was, running on a real Android phone. An application that started as a single prompt. The UI worked, navigation worked, the chat interface worked, and the entire project had been generated by AI Studio. Now, does this mean Android developers are about to be replaced? Not even close. The generated code still needs review. Production applications still require architecture decisions. Security needs verification. Performance needs optimization. And developers still need to understand what the AI is generating. But what this does mean is that development is changing. Tasks that once took hours can now happen in minutes. Prototypes can be created almost instantly, and developers can spend more time solving problems rather than writing boilerplate code. Just a year ago, AI was helping us write code. Today, AI is helping us build applications. And if this is where things are today, I can't wait to see where Android development goes next. What do you think? Would you trust AI Studio to build your next Android application? Let me know in the comments.